This fair valley was once home to a blissful community. The denizens were sated with the bounty of a flourishing land and thrived under the rule of a compassionate duke. They were granted a peaceful living through an important decision made by their wise king in the recent war. Man has always been able to handle any conflict thanks to their large number and inherent bravery. However, their ever-present enemy, lizard kind, with whom they warred with for centuries, are highly cunning and command great physical strength. The King of Man looked upon the ruin that the battles brought to both sides for such a terrible length of time, and wished for prosperity to reign over the times. Neither he nor his seasoned generals saw an end to this conflict any time soon. His Majesty reached out to the lizard sovereign in hopes of concluding the senseless slaughter, but lizard kind were known to be very prideful and bloodthirsty, especially since they were carnivores that feasted on the king's fallen comrades to recuperate their strength mid-battle. The king's plea was far-fetched. However, to his surprise, he found the mighty lizard to be of a like mind. He said that destroying the lands they wished to call home was less favorable than a harmonious coexistence. The King of Lizards accepted the King of Man's invitation to the city in the valley, the nearest city to the border between the nations, to celebrate the occasion and further their relationship as new allies. He brought along many of his elites and friends and riches to bolster their alliance too, and Lizard Grog to share in the celebration. They brought enough for the whole city. They started at dawn and danced and sang, and the men shared their creamy beer, and the lizards shared their thick grog all day long. But by nightfall, all the men went silent, and so did the lizards. It would seem that man's body cannot handle the grog of the swamps, and becomes paralyzed as a result. The whole city collapsed and became vulnerable. But this was preordained. The Lizard King wanted also the war to end, but could not accept the deaths of thousands of his valiant ancestors to be looked upon as a mistake. Their deaths would be in vain if complete victory was not achieved. The lizards captured and enslaved all of the city's inhabitants and took them to their swamps to be put to use for labor, sport, and grub. With the ruler of man out of the way and a fine strategic point for the taking, the lizards could finally set a victorious end of their centuries-long war in sight.